Yeah, so we've been working with Arsenal for about 12 months now and have closed over $100,000 worth of work with an entirely new clientele base than we typically have. Arsenal and Evan have taken our small family business to the next level and have increased our exposure in the area that otherwise we never would have had. Name's Tyler Scott. I'm part owner of Scott Roofing Contractor LLC out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I've been working with Arsenal since the spring of 24. So it'll be a little over a year now. I heard about you guys. We were actually cold called by, I can't remember the sales rep. Um, I can't remember his name, but yeah, we were cold called by you guys and contacted about possibly partnering up about some roofing sales. Then I did some research a little bit, looked into it, and thought about it for a while. To be honest, it was not something I jumped right into. Um, but the more I looked into it, the more I thought it would be worth our shot. And it cost some money, but I would thought it would be a lost opportunity if we didn't move forward. So, really, and what interested me was when I spoke with the guys, especially Evan, who I work with a lot. Um, it was how kind of aligned they were with the type of work we go after and how they go after it. It's not more about numbers. I'm not looking to get 1,000 leads. Rather, I'm looking to get 10 quality leads. And the idea that Evan and Arsenal would be able to kind of vet the customers and get us in front of them was a big selling point. And like I said, right now I work strictly with Evan. Evan and I talk daily, if not every couple days. And it's great. I kind of let Evan do his thing. I try not to micromanage per se. I know when we went through the interviews, I talked to a couple people from Arsenal, but felt most comfortable and felt most aligned with Evan, and he just kinda ran with it. He knows kinda what type of leads and customers we'd like to go after, and that's kinda what he brings back to me. And he makes it easy for me too. He says, "Hey, I set up this meeting." I go to the meeting, I meet with the client, do the roof inspection, send the proposal, and then Evan and I work back and forth to kind of follow up, see if they wanna move forward, how do they wanna move forward, and if not, Evan will follow up with them in 6 months, and all of a sudden, they're ready to move forward. So it's a good back and forth. A huge strength would be the technology. I think that part with, kinda all like, the notes I get with Evan, all the programs, I kinda see. I don't have to kinda guess the conversations Evans has. I can hear them. I can read them, and kinda seamlessly put myself, next in line for the conversation. And the huge strength too is the communication, like I said, about the issue that was fixed right away with the overcharge to my daily and weekly communications with Evan and the follow-ups. I never feel like I'm left in the cold and wondering, okay, like, is Evan doing anything today or is Arsenal going to take care of this? I'm always updated. Hey, this is where we're at. This is where we're going. What do you need from me? Type thing. When he said, yeah, we'll cold call, set up appointments, I'm like, yeah, good luck, dude. Like, I know what it's like talking to clients we have now on the phone. I can't imagine trying to cold call someone and introduce like, good luck. But you guys have a system. You guys know how to word it and build a relationship with people that they trust you to set a meeting up, on the spot. A lot of the meetings he's been setting up, even recently, have been, hey, yeah, like I don't have any immediate needs, but yeah, let's set up a meeting and introduce ourselves and it's the idea of laying a seed and letting it grow. I'm not looking to get $1 million project every time he calls, but I wanna be at least at the idea that I'm at the forefront of them when there is an issue. And it's all about how Evan does the cold calling, how he lays the groundwork, follows up, and, builds a relationship rather than worrying about one-off leads and just trying to get a project here and move on. Evan was more focusing on long-term leads, right? The idea that you wanna build a relationship and kinda get that reoccurring visits, the reoccurring appointments and projects. So Evan was really big. He told me on multifamily, apartment complexes, property managers, and that aligned directly with kind of how our small family business is structured. We kind of like those. I like to tell Evan, we kind of like nickel and dime them, right? Like we can keep getting the smaller stuff, and then all of a sudden there's the big stuff. Hey, we're right at the front of the line. And Evans ran with that. Um, and right now I copy him on everything. Everything that goes out, he gets copied on. Proposals, communications. I like that because it's transparent. I want Evan to see everything. I want Evan to see the results of his work too, right? Like I think last week we sent out proposals for almost $300,000. I got another $300,000 waiting in the wing here, and that's all off of leads that he's gotten me, right? And I want him to see that, like, yeah, maybe we haven't sold as much as his other clients out west or as many big projects, but like we're nickel and diming them, and then all of a sudden this big stuff is going to start to fall. Um, and he takes anything I ask Evan to do, he jumps on, right? Like, hey, can you follow up with this? Yeah, I got it. Can you, I drove by this property. Can you look this address up and see if you can, he jumps right on it. Right. So it's kind of a back and forth, and it works really well where we check in enough to see where each other's at and what each other's need. But I don't feel like I have to quote unquote babysit him every day and say, hey, Evan, are you working today? Are you setting up appointments? Like I know he's working behind the scenes. He knows I'm working behind the scenes, and it just kind of like seamlessly works. The first appointment he got us an appointment the first day. The first day we signed up, he got an appointment right away. We met with a client a week later in central Pennsylvania. Big project for a slate roof replacement. Went down there. All of last year we worked on the proposal. They didn't have the money, so they applied for a grant, and then it kind of went silent. It went dead and waiting on grant monies. We could be here till 2025 or 2020, 2050, right? So finally we get an email, maybe a month ago. The grant got approved. So now we're just going back and forth, finalizing the contract, updating some things, getting permits together. So that very first lead he got that we kind of planted the seed and let it grow all year came back, and it right now the proposal's at $280,000. So, and it's a month worth of work. It's a month worth of work, which is great for a company of our size. And again, it's the type of quality leads that he's getting us that we're just kind of molding and growing. And then when they're ready to take off, is just going to go. We've closed, like you can see on the tab here, a little over $100,000 in closed work. Now, a lot of that was kind of, I'd say 20% of that was one-off projects, but then I'd say another 80% are reoccurring projects. So he got us in with um, two of the bigger property management companies in the area, and we've been doing 2 to 5 repairs a week. Now, the repairs aren't monetarily wise. I'm not going to retire on them, but by doing 2 to 5 a week, you're getting that volume of work that it adds up to that $100,000 worth of work a year. And it's stuff that we don't have to continuously advertise for. I don't have to continuously hunt for. It's, hey, Tyler, here's a work order. I need it repaired. Send guys out, you know? Um, and it was good too, because again, we got those kind of end of spring, beginning of summer last year. Um, and it's been nice, steady, reoccurring work that again, we don't have to hunt anymore. That it's just, we get the work orders, send guys out, and you're good to go. Again, for a property management company, it was 28,000, I think it was. It was a metal roof replacement. Um, and again, same thing. We kind of nickel and dined them, and then finally they said, "Hey, we got this big one. Go do it." And that's kind of been the biggest deal so far. Like I said, we have a lot of other ones that are more six figure now this year that we're trying to finalize. Um, but I didn't really start with this, but our family business I'm taking over for my father. He started in 1990. I'm taking over second generation. And he was hesitant about this at first. Like not even hesitant. He was like, I don't even want to do it. So I told him, I said, listen, I will not, I told him, I said, I want to do it. I want to give it a shot for a year. And I told him straight up, like, I will not take a salary next year. My salary, we will cover Arsenal and Evan's salary. Like, I want to give it a shot." He's like, "Fine. Hey, it's your money. You do what you want to do with it." And after that first deal closed for the metal roof, that 28,000, and he saw all the reoccurring projects with the property managers, he pulled me aside and said, "Yeah, you made the right call, right?" Like, I can't argue with the numbers. I can't argue with the results. And he hasn't really had to do anything. Evan and I have been communicating, and it's just kind of he's been seeing the results, and he's like, "Yeah, it was a worthwhile investment," right? And even now this year, when we went to re-sign up for this year, it was the same thing. He's like, "Are we gonna do it again?" He's like, their costs went up, and he's like, "I don't know." So I had an honest conversation with Evan and said, "Evan, I have no issue re-upping. I just wanna make sure that by re-upping for another year, you have enough work in the pipeline to kind of validate and keep you busy enough," right? I'm not one of your LA markets. I'm not one of your West, like, there's only so many there's only so many people in this area, right? And he said, "Yeah." So again, same thing. I told my dad we're gonna take a chance again, and we're already seeing the results. $280,000. I sent out another $300,000 this week for proposals, and it's just starting to build. Um, so my dad was very skeptical now, but he doesn't complain one bit when he sees when he sees the proposals go out. So relieved in a sense, relieved. Like, we took a gamble, right? Like I said, we're a small family business. I'm not pumping away $10 million worth of work a year, right? Like, I need to support my family and my crew of guys. And yeah, it was an investment, but I s- I would have been pissed at myself if I didn't take the chance. And that's what it was, right? I took a chance, and all I told myself was, "Oh, I'll just have to, if it doesn't work, I'll just have to work harder to make up the money." But from that first appointment Evan got us, I could get a sense of, like, something could build out of this, and it wasn't just a one-off type thing. That I chose the right guy, and he knows what he's doing, right? He knows what he's doing, and there was a sense of relief, especially after we got some of the property management contracts lined up, and the relationships we're building with them. Um, and now it's just keeping the snowball going down the hill, and trying to build off of it last year. So a lot of proposals have different options, right? Some from full replacements all the way down to repairs. So I feel, yeah, there's easily $750,000 worth of work that we put out for bid even within the first quarter of this year. That is great for a size of our type of business. So the follow up process is, it's kind of me and Evan tag team a little bit, right? So Evan gets me the lead. I meet with the customer, give them the report, send them the proposal, outline everything, and then Evan and I kind of follow up, right? Some of the proposals are, "Hey, we're looking to do this in quarter two, quarter three, so follow up with us in a month." And Evan will tag it and say, "Hey, I'll follow up with them." Some other ones are like, "Hey, I need you to jump on this right away," and that's something I'll follow up on. But it's kind of a back and forth between me and Evan. "Hey, have you heard from X, Y, and Z recently?" "No, I haven't. Let me follow up with them." Or, "Hey, do you want me to follow up with them?" It's pretty seamless. So I'll take this back a step further. Like I said, I my father started this in 1990. It was a one-man show, just him, couple guys, and he focused, I'd say, 90% residential roofing. And you can make money doing residential roofing, but it's a volume game, and it's hard because now everybody's a roofer, right? I came on, and he was doing probably three to $500,000 a year. And you can make a good living doing that, but I wanted more. I came on full time 2.5 years ago, um, and I've been trying to grow our commercial side, especially since bringing Evan on last year. And then I know last year we finished the year at 758,000, and then this year we're already 25% ahead of where we were last year at this time. So, this year we're looking to increase that at least another 20 to 30% and try to get over that $1 million mark. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, even, talking with, my father, even if Evan just got last year, if he just got us those 2 contacts with the property management company and didn't get us any other work, we still would be we would still be ahead of what it cost us to have Evan on as part of our team. Um, it's been a huge investment, and it's not just been a huge investment, but it's been a huge increase in our exposure in the market. We're now taking meetings with people that and companies that 2, 3 years ago, we would have no business or no way of even knowing, 1, they exist, 2, how do we even get our foot in the door, and 3, are they even gonna give us the time of day? And Evan's able to get us in, and that's what I tell Evan, "Just give me a chance to meet with these people. I can sell our family business, I can sell our work. We just need a meeting, right?" And that's been worth, even if we don't get work from it, just getting the exposure has been worth the investment too. For me, again, the way our business is structured, it's easier for me to have Evan rather than a new hire, because with the new hire, again, I would have to be right. You'd have his salary costs, his benefits, setting him up, and then not just getting the employee, but also managing the employee, setting up the sales structure, the sales training, the in-house systems to kind of manage that. Whereas now with Evan, I kind of offload that all on him. I don't have to babysit him. I don't have to worry about him following up. I don't have to worry about really training him per se. Um, and I can worry about other things on the business and kind of let Evan worry about getting the leads and kind of the business development and getting the kind of work that we're looking for. I did the rev share. I have no issue doing the commission. I think it's fair. I think it's an enticing addition, right? Like, I think Evan would do great work whether it's flat or revenue share. Um, I just think, there's enough in my opinion, there's enough money to be made in construction and in roofing to give back to those that kinda get you, where you're at. I'm not gonna retire on every project, so I'm not gonna nickel and dime guys. If I can, give Evan a couple extra bucks because he got me a huge project and got me work for guys for a month, yeah, I'll do it. It's more about building a relationship and letting guys know, like, you're appreciated rather than me pocketing an extra 5% on top of the 30% I'm gonna make profit anyway. So there's more than enough to go around, and why not share with the people that are bringing you the work anyway? Before Arsenal, it was a small marketing company that just focused on social media marketing. It was not as expensive as Arsenal, but they did not offer the catered services that I think Evan does. It was basically copy and paste from, and I could see his advertisements for other roofers were the exact same as mine, and it was copy and paste, and it we got some leads. They were shitty leads. It just wasn't a good experience. And to do that before Arsenal kinda also made me, like, pump the brakes a little bit too, where it's like, "Oh, I've already been down it with one guy. Do I wanna go down it with again?" Um, but it's been night and day comparison. It's Arsenal's changed. Arsenal's got us more work in a month than the, marketing company got us in a year, and it's been a game changer for us. I mean, I don't and that's I mean, it might be bad on my part, but I don't really, like, expect Evan, and I've told him this from the beginning, I don't want you to come with me, "Hey, I got you 10 leads next week or 10 appointments next week and 20 no, I want quality vetted leads. Whether you get me 1 a month or 10 a month, I'm fine with that. I just want you to get me leads that are worth my time and worth your time." And I think Evan's done a great job to basically know my expectations of, like, when he's talking to customers and clients of, like, okay, this one sounds a little hesitant. Maybe it's not worthwhile. Maybe let me check back in 6 months. Evan's never sent me on an appointment where, hey, I'm just sending you an appointment to send you on an appointment, right? He vets them to make sure that it's worth my time, it's worth his time, it's worth the client's time. And that's kind of the big thing too, is like There's only 24 hours in a day. There's only so many appointments I can get to. So please set me up with ones that you vetted and are worth everybody's time. Evan's done everything I've asked of him. Um, I really can't think of I'll be completely honest with you, Matt. I really can't think of anything. Like I told Evan, we're a small family business, right? It's me and my father. We got 6 guys. We're small. And I tell Evan, like, I'm not like a lot I might not be like a lot of your other customers where they need millions and millions of dollars a year. I tell Evan, if you can get me one big project a quarter, I'll be the happiest customer you've ever had. And that's what we're starting to build. The pipeline is starting to build where we get 1, 2, 3 big six-figure projects for the year. We'll be sitting happy, man. And that's kinda what we've been building for, building the pipeline, building the relationships with a lot of the local larger, organizations, and just kinda letting those seeds grow into bigger projects. And you really you this year, we've hit the ground running, and that's kinda been the big thing too. I was hesitant over the roofing seasonal, right? So I was hesitant over the winter of like, "Okay, what's Evan gonna be able to get me over winter?" And I'll be honest, some weeks I was doing 2 or 3 appointments a week, and those 2 or 3 appointments with follow proposals are now kinda turning into potential projects for this spring and summer. It's been great because 'cause you're doing all that work on your off season, and then you're hitting the ground running in the spring, and you're just going, and you're just blowing through work, and that's really how you're successful and how you make money in roofing. But that's it, like, just you get all that paperwork and everything done in the winter so that as soon as this nice weather hits, bam, you just hit the ground running. I told Evan my yearly goals is 2 to 3 big six-figure projects a year. And right now we've got within the past week, we've sent out 3 six-figure proposals, and it's only April 17th. Like, it's only gonna build from here, and from what he's been able to get us in at, um, it's been huge. And I got a couple other meetings coming up here at the end of the month to look at some more six-figure projects that, again, is enough to keep me, our business, and our guys happy. And, it's been working out really good. 100%. Yeah, I mean, I get it's especially for someone for a business that's smaller, family ran, and it might only be a father, son, or a couple people in the office and a couple people in the field. I see the benefit of kind of outsourcing that sales lead, that sales development pipeline. Like I said, you're outsourcing it, but you're not because anytime Evan calls, he says, "Hey, this is Evan with Scott Roofing." It's not this isn't Evan with ours. Like he represents our business well. He represents our family well. I can't tell you how many times I'm actually mistaken for Evan. Like it's just seamless and it works. And it's really taken a lot off of our plate in regards to it's hard enough to do the work, to bid the work and do the work. It's even harder to kind of go find the work, bid and to kind of outsource that and then let Evan take care of that and us just kind of bid the work and complete the work. It takes a lot off our plate and really would help even a mid-size, a smaller mid-size company that's looking to take the next step like us. It really help you get to the next level. It's taken us to another level. I think the biggest thing is just um, finding someone at Arsenal that aligns with what your business structure's like, right? Like I was saying, like Evan goes after properties and clients that are aligned with what our type of work does. Don't get don't get don't get blinders on and try to find the salesman that's selling the biggest projects. Like find the one that aligns with you. Because if he aligns with you, it's gonna be a seamless partnership. When he calls somebody on your behalf, it's gonna be spoken on your behalf, and it's really gonna make the transition it's so much easier. It's really about, trying to kind of as an extension of your business, it's really gonna make it a lot easier. No, Evan's been killing it. He's taken us to the whole different level, and, last year we started small, but this year, 2025 starting off to be big, and, it's gonna be a great year, and we're gonna blow through the goals this year.